Welcome on the show. Like I've always said, I'm not a fan of Mondays. I don't know.
I'm starting to understand
and
why
this
you say that.
particular Mondays in Lagos is not a good day.
I'm starting to understand very well why you say Mondays are.
Welcome on the show. Welcome on the Monday show, not this week, Now, Nigeria Football Federation President Amaju Pinnick has revealed that the next Super Eagles head coach will be a foreigner. The NFF recently announced that they had terminated the appointment of the entire Super Eagles technical crew with immediate effect. This was the aftermath of the country's failure to qualify for the 2022 FIFA World Cup finals after they were defeated by their West African rivals, Ghana, in the final round of qualifying. The federation pulled the plug on offering 2.5-year contracts to local coaches Austin Eguavoin, Emmanuel Amonike, Salisu Yusuf, and Joseph Yobo. Pinnick stated that the NFF board has decided that a foreign coach will be appointed for the Super Eagles within the next 10 days. Now 9 days now. But has not mentioned a front runner for the vacant job. Now, Kano remains the last foreign coach to take charge of the Super Eagles, having been fired last year in December. The German tactician was sacked despite qualifying for the 2021 African Cup of Nations finals and the final round of qualifying for the 2022 World Cup playoffs. Raw was replaced by Jose Peseiro, who was expected to take charge of the team after the 2021 African finals in Cameroon, with Eguavoin set to take charge of the team at the Continental Tournament. However, the NFF announced that Eguavoin would remain Nigeria's interim coach after the team was eliminated in the round of 16 in Cameroon. This ended the possibility of Portuguese mentor Peseiro taking charge as the next Super Eagles permanent boss. Now, it's all said and done. You bring in Jose Peseiro. We have always talked about Amaju Pinnick not listening. He doesn't listen. I have never seen, sorry to use this word, I have never seen a public servant as arrogant as Amaju Pinnick in my entire life. He doesn't just listen. You bring in, first of all, what I heard, and I've been able to confirm as official, we had an under-21 tournament in Mozambique, I think. Nigeria were in the semi-finals of that tournament. Amaju Pinnick chose to go and watch Arsenal against Chelsea with Sunday Olise. And after that match, he signed Sunday Olise on as the coach of the Super Eagles. Like that. He does it like that. Like, he doesn't consult anyone. After the Arsenal-Chelsea match in London at the Emirates Stadium, they go back to their hotel room and he signs on Sunday Olise. And the next day he comes back to Nigeria and says, our new coach, Sunday Olise. After a while, Sunday Olise got angry at the way he was being treated and the way things were being done. So he left. And then he wakes up again in the morning and brings in Gennaro Raw. In every country across the world, you don't only consult sports administrators, you also consult sports journalists. He doesn't do that.
Obviously, he doesn't rule or lead by committee. He's insisting that under his leadership, he has sole right to pick anyone he wants, make any decision, and that's fine. The law allows him to do that.
True.
However, the mark of a true leader is being able to
consult people.
Yes, take on board.
Debola should not forget to put the phone lines on the screen. We are telling you today that Amaju Pinnick has confirmed that he is going to pick a foreign coach, whether you guys like it or not. So you can call and tell us, what do you think?
Yeah, obviously it's a it's a sole decision on his part to pick.
He always goes solo.
But the thing I want to know is that Are we going to get this back and forth again over Pissarro? Is Pissarro going to even be?
Where is Pissarro?
Talk like he simply disappeared.
We can't find him.
He simply disappeared from conversation after Eguavoen was confirmed as going to take over the qualification match for the World Cup, and the expectations initially were still that was just going to be initially, carry on the good spirit and get the team over the hump, but that didn't happen. Pissarro seems to be gone. My question is, who is coming on next? And whoever it is, it just has to be someone who has the vision to improve our football as a whole.
It doesn't matter what topic we're discussing today. It doesn't matter right now. You can still call. The hotline is on the screen. You can still call and tell us what your opinion is. Amaju Pinnick says, it doesn't matter what you guys think. I am still going to go for a foreign coach. What we think doesn't matter. What Mukail thinks doesn't matter. He wants a foreign coach. And I can assure you, it's Amaju Pinnick. He will get a foreign coach. I can assure you. It doesn't matter how much it costs. But he wants a situation where I want this, I will get this. But you see, we have to be able to remind not only Amaju Pinnick now. Let's look at other spheres of our society. We have to remind them they are actually public servants. You are working for the public. And you must be able to work with them. As in, a majority of them must agree with your decision, really.
It's true. The fact is, this consideration for any leader is how his decisions will affect the general
public, yeah.
And it's such a heavy burden to take on yourself, which is why oftentimes it's advised to share it. The buck is going to stop with you, because when the decision fails, people are going to look to you because you had the right to make the decision all by yourself. But when you make the best decision based on plenty of consultation, you realize that you're in a better position, not to share the blame, but to accept the possible responsibilities later on down the line, because you know that you made the best decision. You did all the research, you did all your homework, you went to the drawing board and made sure you had everything.
Sorry, Mukail, to slow you down. I've got Olubumi from Abuja. Welcome on the show, Olubumi. Hello, Olubumi.
Good morning, Tawali.
Welcome on the show, Olubumi. What's your take on this?
Yeah. Okay, yeah, thank you very much. Okay, well, like before I there's something I said when one make a comment or make a suggestion or make an action something, the impact itself. I think I've known it for a while, and I know what you are driving at, and it's been a problem in this country that somebody got to take the decision. Now, I don't know why it's time. We need to ourselves all the time, we see interest of foreign coaches more than on the other side was doing right, was doing very well. And because he was asking for something, I think everything goes to what's not for the man. Unfortunately, what he doing. But on the other side was the right person at that time for us. But he was building something good for Nigeria, even apart from the Super League. I think he was doing something, just like you said, the other from that team, the 17 was and 23. Now, you wake up and you think that you want to bring in a foreign coach. On what basis? What is the criteria for bringing in a foreign coach? Eguavoen will sit down with him and say, okay, what is the plan for the next 2 years, 3 years, 5 years? Down the line, that's how it's done. This man just got a contract renewed, the coach of Midland. The contracts are renewed. They are not really doing but you can see the progress with that country. So what is wrong with us that, I mean, teenage just wake up and say, want to bring in a foreign coach? Please, I want to ask you, this is very important. The office in Abuja, the one close to NAFDA, that's the office that the NFF is doing.
Okay, I think I lost. Okay.
But I was there, I think there about, and I saw the name that office. If this client is on WhatsApp, I'll send the number, I'll send out the video that I made of that.
Please do. Please do. Please do. Please do.
We're not doing anyhow in Nigeria. Not like your guest said anyhow. That is allowed. That is just like your guest said earlier. It's allowed. But the hallmark of a great leader is to bring in other ideas or suggestions from others and say, okay, what do you think to do about this?
Olubunmi, I want to thank you very much because I'm sure, Olubunmi, I'm sure I still have more calls coming in. Thank you very much. I understand your plight, Olubunmi, I understand. And I understand being emotional. What Olubunmi is trying to say is that in England, it's an English coach. In Ukraine, it's Andrei Shevchenko. You know, they have their
Yes.
So maybe due to structural reasons and all that, we may not be matured enough to have Nigerian coaches as coaches. But he's saying that, listen, Amaju must learn to listen. That he even went to the NFF, the glass house in Abuja. He didn't see anyone. The only person he saw, he only got a number from him. He will send the number to us today. And of course, I don't know what I want to use the number for. I can't call the person now, you know, but he's saying that people are not responsive there. The NFF are not responsive to the public.
It's true. I think the question I've said before that it doesn't matter whether we get a foreign-based coach or a local-based.
The administrators should listen.
The truth is, at the end of the day, whether a coach succeeds or not, it's the administrators that have to take
They won't let you talk today. I've got Mohammed from Katsina. Welcome on the show, Mohammed. Good morning, Mohammed. Welcome on the show.
Yeah, good morning, presenter.
Welcome, sir. What's your opinion?
I just have a very small statement to make.
Okay.
As regard Pinnick.
Okay.
So it's just simple analysis. We have foreign-based players. So what we need is foreign coach. So majority of our players are foreign. So we need foreign coach to match. Thank you very much.
You can consider to, well, that's another opinion. He says a large amount of our players play abroad, ply their trade in foreign countries. So we need a foreign. I can relate to that.
Because the truth is, the style of football that these players are playing are for most of them, it's European.
True that.
So maybe bringing a European coach.
They can adapt to that.
Who can adapt
Easier.
to that. And the fact is, we keep wondering and worrying that a foreign-based coach cannot play the kind of football that will dominate in Africa. But everywhere in the world, the best coaches, the clubs, the Guardiolas, they play their own football, irregardless of what league they're in.
Okay, before we take our next call, don't forget we're discussing Amaju Pinnick, who says, I want a foreign coach. I don't care what you guys think. He's a foreign coach that I think we deserve. But before we do that, now a governorship contender and former chief press secretary to the governor of Benue State, Mr. Terva Akase, has called on the people of the state to support the only surviving club in Benue State, that is in Nigeria, Professional League Lobi Stars of Makurdi, to improve on its present position on the league table. Mr. Akase, who made the call shortly after the Lobi Stars Kano match at the Upper Aku Stadium, Makurdi, where he presented a star prize for the best player of the Makurdi side, he instituted to encourage the players of the team. According to Akase, he will soon launch a newer brand for the club, as well as promote the supporters club to do more in the area of boosting the morale of the team. Reacting to the goalless home draw with Kano in the match day 22, a former sports journalist expressed optimism that with the coming of the new management under Dominic Iofa and coach Baba Ganaru, the team will pick up and move out of the relegation zone. Our correspondent Francis Terr reports from Makurdi that Lobi Stars' efforts to pull down the visiting Kano side to add to the much-needed points to improve her position was dashed as the team was forced to a goalless draw, as the team will now play away to Shooting Stars of Ibadan in their next game.
This is what I have decided to be doing every home match of Lobi Stars to encourage. It's a way of encouraging our players. This is our pride. Lobi is the only club that we have here in Benue now. We used to have two at the top. This is the Lions and in those days Hawks, now Lobi Stars. And now we have only Lobi, so we have to join hands to support this club and not leave it only in the hands of government. the supporters are expected to own this club and support it. So in the next coming days, we are going to officially launch the Lobi brand and the supporters club, which we also have the drummers club. We are taking the drummers, you heard the drummers playing their drums, but we want to make that club to be bigger than what you are seeing now, with more equipment. So in the next few weeks, we will be launching the Lobi Stars brand so that fans of Lobi Stars across the world, not just...
I've got Mark from Delta. Welcome on the show, Mark.
Yeah, good day, sir.
Welcome on the show, Mark. What's your take?
Yeah,
What's your opinion? Go on, Mark.
yeah, my take on this one is this. Yes, we need to encourage our individual coach. We need to encourage them. Can you imagine a country looking for foreign players? What about the players here? If we try to get the coach, let us develop our players. So that 2, 3 will be in the national team. So the country will move forward. All these people that go abroad, they start all here. So the policy of the NFF, I don't understand. How can you have a national team? A one single local team, a player will not be in the team. No seriousness. Because if they play here, they will go to their club.
Mark Steven, thank you very much. Now, I can understand Mark's passion. The only opium Nigerians have is sports. And you can understand why Mark is shouting. It's actually, you think he's shouting on us. It really is, but it's not. He's pained. Yeah. He says, how can you have the Nigerian Super Eagles, a whole team, not even one home-based player?
It's true. And when you consider that there isn't even one home-based player that is in the national team, then you start to also realize that how much effort is the NFF putting into developing home-based coaches? How many courses are the NFF sponsoring? How much effort are they looking to recruit aspiring home-based coaches and getting them the kind of experience, the kind of leadership training that they need to actually succeed? A lot of these people are we've spoken about this countless times. Most of our athletes are succeeding by their own sheer will, by the force of their own will. And the NFF, at the end of the day, just comes in, cherry picks who they want, and we have to live with it, regardless of all the consultation that we demand that Major Pinnock make, which he never does.
So sad. We're still taking your calls on the show, and like we said earlier, Major Pinnock, NFF president, says we will get a foreign coach. There's no discussion about it. The sports journalists are not involved. The public are not involved. It's all Major Pinnock. I've got God's Power from Anambra State. God's Power, welcome on the show. From where?
Yeah, good morning.
God's Power, welcome on the show. Where are you calling from?
From Anambra State.
Anambra State, welcome on the show, God's Power.
I'm calling from Anambra State.
Go on, God's Power, go on.
Thank you.
Please, you have to put off your TV or reduce the volume of your TV set.
I'm enjoying the national thing.
You have to reduce the volume of your TV. Okay, I have to move on. God's Power, I apologize. But when you call, you have to reduce the olume of your TV set. But we're still discussing the NFF, and the president says we are going to get a foreign coach. Now, Paris Saint-Germain don't, for some reason, towards the tail end, bam. Paris Saint-Germain made its 11 goals scored in 2 French Le Championnat games as they were at their ruthless best in thrashing Clermont 6-1. Let's watch this, we'll come back. Paris Saint-Germain at their ruthless best in the French Le Championnat. Thank you, Mukael. Behind the cameras, it was Isaac we had. I call him Zico. You don't see him, but he's the one who makes you see us. Thank you very much, Debola De Blow, the Arsenal fan. Thank you very much, Davido. Thank you very much, Shayo. Thank you. Thank you very much, Esther. PG, Paul George. President General, thank you very much, Paulo. Thank you very much, Femi downstairs in the powerhouse, Femo. Thank you very much. You always make things happen. My name is Wally Scott. Join us same time tomorrow, Plus Sports and Plus TV Africa. Like I always advise you, at the end of every show, if not for anything, at least for your hearts, do some sports.